I think we were talking about this, but do you think if Metallica came out today, they would be as big as they are now?
Probably not.
I mean, if you were to re-release Master of Puppets today without anybody knowing what that song was, like that song is like wiped from their minds.
Okay. I don't. I want to say yes,
I would say no, just because.
but then I would say no either because it's. I don't know, man.
Because I would say at that, when did Master of Puppets come out? It was
Master Puppets came
right?
out, dude. They came out in like the 80s, I think. Master Puppets came out in like 1980 something.
Oh, dude. And besides, and with it being like a 1980s rock song,
I think Metallica started in the 60s, if I'm not mistaken. Look it up right now.
No fucking way they're that old, dude.
Dude, they're like 60 years old, bro.
What the fuck? So if they started in the 60s, 40s.
No, I'm lying. No,
Yeah,
they started in like the 70s.
Them motherfuckers like what, 80, 90 years old now?
Yeah, they started in the 70s, bro.
When did Metallica begin? When did Metallica start? Oh, 1981.
Okay, I was close.
I was about to say they're like 80 or some shit now. What the fuck?
No, look up Master Puppets release date. Because I know Hetfield and Kirk Hammett were like 2021.
They released that bitch 5 years later in 1986. Dude, they were straight up snorting that prime coke and that fucking.
Do you know what Master of Puppets is about, right?
Drugs.
It's about drugs. Why do you think he says fuck, what is it? In the fast and play, crumbling away, I'm yourself for self-destruction.
Yeah.
And then how does it go? He says chop me in a mirror or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, so Kill 'Em All, banger album.
Okay, now here's a question for you since you're
2 years into their formation, Kill 'Em All, amazing. Then they come out with Ride the Lightning a year later.
Yeah, bro. Yup.
In 84. Then 2 years later in 86, Master of Puppets. Then 88 and Justice for All. 91 was the Black Album, Metallica.
Uh-huh.
Dog, what the fuck, dude? Damn near what? A 10-year run with 5 albums, and they're all like still.
Did you fucking rip ass?
No, it was the
I was like, what the fuck?
And they're still historically remembered to this day, bro.
Dude, Metallica is the biggest band of all time.
Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and Justice for All, Metallica, the Black Album, in 10 fucking years, dude. That is like straight.
Check this
fucking,
out. This is how big they are, bro.
It's it's that gif of the guy writing in heat with the fucking pencil.
Yeah, this is how big they are, bro. They released Load and Unload, and they changed their whole look. People hated it, but still listen to it. Saint Anger. They released Saint Anger. Fucking. It's a good banging. It's a fucking good album. I'm not gonna lie. There's some songs in there that are pretty good, except the drums, bro. Lars, what were you thinking, bro? People hated it, and then Death Magnetic came out. It was okay, and then what's that other after Death Magnetic? Mm-hmm. They had like other albums out there that were like kind of like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like Lulu, I think they had an album called Lulu.
People literally refuse to talk about the existence of that.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that album existed.
Dude, that's how like buried that shit is in Metallica lore.
Yeah, dude.
They just don't want to talk about it.
But see, here's the thing. Let me ask you a question, bro. You play bass, right?
Yes, sir.
Why do you play bass? Who got you into playing bass?
Hiking Metallica.
Okay, but which bassist?
Cliff Burton, everyone.
Okay, dude.
Cliff Burton.
That's what I thought. So on TikTok again, I was watching a video of it said one of the greatest bassists of all time, and then it said Cliff Burton, right? And then what's it called? Some dude commented, and it was the top comment, so I replied to it. But the comment said, I hate to disagree, but Cliff Burton was not the greatest bassist of all time. He wasn't even one of the greatest bassists. It was very simple, basic riffs and basic, what is it? Music theory like that he played. And then I replied, and I got a bunch of comments. Replies and comments, because I replied, I beg to differ, and I mean this, cold-heartedly. Metallica has simple riffs, dude. Same thing with the bass, basic riffs, basic little,
the Master of Puppets riff. You could come up with that in your fucking sleep, but because of how James and the band are able to execute that shit.
Exactly. No, here's where I'm going with this. Funny enough, because Tobias Forge did say that, he gives props to fucking James Hetfield because it's basically just going down.
Yup.
That little it's literally just going down the neck. Well, up if you really look at it, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, and I replied to the comment. I said, I beg to differ. Cliff Burton, it wasn't about how he played or like how advanced he played or whatever. It was about the feel, the tone he brought, the energy he brought, and the mastermind he brought. Because a lot of people don't know, but Kill 'Em All, Master Puppets, and Ride the Lightning, fucking Cliff wrote most of them. Not wrote them, but put his 2 cents into it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I think they got famous because of Cliff. As soon as Cliff joined the band, dude, they fucking skyrocketed.
Mm-hmm.
They skyrocketed because they had another bassist before Cliff, their original bassist, but I guess he left because of Dave Mustaine. And as soon as Dave left the band, Kirk joined, and then Cliff Burton joined right after. And as soon as Cliff Burton joined, dude, they skyrocketed. If I'm being completely honest, if Metallica were to start today, I don't think they would be as big as they are, only because of the... No, actually, I think they would, dude. Because if you see a lot of videos from the old days, the way that they brought the energy going...
Oh, yeah.
It would be like, it's like, holy fuck, Now, do I think people would love him as much? Probably not, because if you really think about it, it's very basic, simple riffs.
Now people are just looking for that melodic, catchy.
People are just looking for, well, at least in the metal scene, they're looking more for like, the way that people, I don't know how to explain it, bro, but like, the growling, the I don't know how to explain it, but if you look at fucking Seek and Destroy, basic basic riff. I learned that shit when I was starting out.
Yep.
Enter Sandman, one of their biggest songs of all time. Simple fucking riff. The only reason that I think they're good is because they brought the energy out. And don't get me wrong, they're basic riffs, but the way that they play, and they play fast.
Yeah.
So that's why, they got so big, in my opinion. I think they would be big to this day, but I don't think they would be as very much liked as they are now.
And one thing I want to add about that Cliff Burn comment, I was about to say, is Cliff Burn and that one other guy related? The guy who makes horror movies and shit.
Ooh.
His last name is Burn as well.
Tim Burton?
Tim Burton as well.
No, I don't think so.
Related. I mean, the reason why I see Cliff as just a major pillar in, at least with like the like basis and shit, is because people still to this day, when you tell them, hey, play me like a bass line or something, they either go they could go to like they could play like a Beatles riff. What's the one that goes dun 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 dun, Cream, that one. They could do Tool by Schism, Schism by Tool. But ones that, at least even today, that I still play like just by heart because of how fucking like not groovy, but just how like you can kind of like feel how
it's beautiful,
it's played.
dude. It sounded beautiful.
I was about to say, was Orion made by Robert Trujillo? But no, like Orion, dude. That interlude in the middle with the bass solo, For Whom the Bell Tolls, that fucking riff just straight up like that.
Look, like, I'm getting fucking chills.
It sounds like a basic riff, but even just me like talking about it, I just want to grab that fucking bass and just
you talking about, I got chills, bro.
That King Nothing as well, Anesthesia.
Well, King Nothing was
that was
it wasn't.
It starts with the J, right?
Shut up. What's his name? Fuck, it wasn't Cliff Burton. It was Jason Newsted.
There you go, Jason Newsted. Anesthesia. That bass solo.
Pulling teeth. Yeah,
Anesthesia. Like bass solo. Take one.
Yeah.
And and it's like you hear that a lot with like pianos and shit, but the way that Cliff plays that solo is like, holy fuck. And then the Call of Cthulhu, bro.
I was just about to say that, bro. Check this out.
Is amazing.
Let me tell you a little story before we end the podcast. One of my good old friends from back in the day, shout out to the homie Med, was the one that got me into Metallica. I actually started playing guitar because of Randy Rhoads. That's a different story. But I was really into Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, lighter stuff, heavier considered back in the day, but lighter stuff now. Then I heard a song that Med was playing. I went over to his house one day and he was playing a song. And I was like, dude, what is that? What song is that? And then he was like, it's, I think it was Master Puppets, actually. He was like, it's Master Puppets by Metallica. He's like, you should listen to them. Pretty good. And then I was like, okay, what's one song that, is like, holy fuck? And he said, The Call of Cthulhu. So I listened to it. And then the fucking... I thought it was the guitar, dude.
Oh, yeah.
This was before I actually got, very into the instruments. And so I was like, damn, that guitar, can you show me how to play that guitar part? He goes, that's not a guitar, that's a bass. And he goes, let me show you something. And he showed me fucking For Whom the Bell Tolls, that when they're playing live, and he goes, Clipper, and James goes, Clipper, and everyone.
Yeah.
And he just starts fucking, fingering that shit, that bass.
Yep.
And he was playing the bass like a guitar, like a 6-string guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And I fucking fell in love with it. I was like, dude, like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Like, that is so good. That fucking, even the
Yep.
That alone, dude, and just the way that he played it live, I was like, oh my God, dude, that is so good, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found out he died. But if it wasn't for the homie Med, what was the whole point of this fucking thing? Oh, the Call of Cthulhu. It was about the way that he composed things. Cliff Burton was known as a composer, and I think, I could be wrong, but I think he actually enjoyed classical music. So he was like, a lot of the stuff that they wrote, Cliff, wrote and harmonized and all that other stuff. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on it. A lot of the songs. But dude, if you really listen to the bass of the Call of Cthulhu, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Master of Puppets, dude, the Master of Puppets bass line is fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Orion, Welcome Home Sanitarium, and other, the Cliff Burton era riffs, albums, dude, they were amazing. They were amazing as fuck.
Fuck yeah, dude. Would you say that those Metallica albums are timeless?
I think so, dude. I think so.
That's the one thing that Avicii said, that he wanted to make his music, that he wanted it to be timeless. He didn't want it to be like saying like a specific time.
It depends. It depends on who you ask. Who you ask. Because, I mean, you could... Nowadays, a lot of this generation is brought up on rap and hip-hop and all this other stuff. But it depends on who you ask. Because if you ask... Like, for example... If you ask me... 30 years down the road, when I'm older, what's 27 plus 30? 26 plus 30.
That's simple math, bro. It's
I don't
57.
know. Okay, if you ask me when I'm 57 years old, if I even make it that far,
We ain't making it like that, bro.
I don't think I'm gonna make it past 30. I'm not gonna lie.
Unc is not gonna make it.
If you ask me, in 30 years, hey, do you think Ghost is, timeless? I'm gonna be like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, they are. Same thing. Like, and if you ask somebody else, like, hey, is Ghost timeless? Like, is it gonna be a timeless, album? Probably like, no, or band. They're gonna be like, no. It depends on who you ask and what area of music that person likes. But I personally believe every Metallica album, except for Lulu and Saint Anger, are gonna be timeless.
Maybe.
Well, mainly the three big albums, the ones that got them famous, because, dude, those songs are bangers, dude. They're banger after banger after banger.
You know which song from Kill 'Em All I actually really, really like enjoying? I forgot how it goes. But this one's like, which one is it? It's from Kill 'Em All, and they reference themselves, and they reference their Metallica.
The Four Horsemen.
Is it? It might be they reference themselves in that song.
How?
It's like it's not Seek and Destroy. It's like we're Metallica. It might be Seek and Destroy.
Yeah, I think it is Seek and Destroy.
But that song, dude, it's like, it's so like, I don't know what it is about that song, but it's like, dude, like, oh my God, you can play shit anywhere and it'll get fucking people riled the fuck up.
Dude, yeah.
And I was finished before we wrap this up.